So the brand new 2025 Global Startup Ecosystem Report just dropped, and let me tell you, it is sending a massive signal. The entire world of innovation has been turned on its head. We're going to dive into the key findings that show who's winning, who's falling behind, and what it really takes to compete in this totally new era.
Right off the bat, the report makes this incredibly bold claim. The game has changed. For decades, we all kind of knew the key players, the dominant cities. But what this is telling us is that a powerful new force has just hit the reset button on that whole established order. There's a brand new playbook for success.
And yeah, you guessed it, that force is artificial intelligence. The age of AI isn't just another tech trend. The report frames it as a fundamental disruption, a once-in-a-generation shift that is literally rewriting the map of global innovation as we speak.
To really get a sense of the scale of this disruption, just look at this number, 90%. Let that sink in. That's the percentage of all new venture funding for AI-native startups over the last 2 years that went to just 2 countries, the United States and China. 90%.
And this chart just lays it all out, plain and simple. Silicon Valley isn't just leading, it is absolutely lapping the competition, sucking up a mind-boggling 63% of that funding all by itself. We're talking over $30 billion. Beijing is a solid number 2 for sure, but pretty much everyone else is just fighting for the scraps. This creates this huge challenge for any other city that wants to be a player in the AI era.
But, and this is where the story gets really interesting, despite that insane dominance, this disruption is also creating massive opportunities. A whole new wave of cities is refusing to be left behind, and they're making some bold strategic moves to climb the ranks.
And you can see it right here in the data. I mean, look at these incredible success stories. Philadelphia skyrocketed 35 spots. Hong Kong leaped into the top 40 for the very first time, and Melbourne made this impressive 8-rank jump, proving that you don't need a gazillion-dollar budget to make huge strides. So the big question is, how are they doing it?
Well, it's not luck. The report identifies a very clear, data-driven playbook that these rising ecosystems are using to punch way above their weight and build serious momentum in this new AI-driven world.
So, what's the secret sauce? The report really boils their success down to 3 core strategies. First, they're implementing bold, forward-thinking policies. Second, they are laser-focused on forging global connections to pull in talent and investment. And third, they use data relentlessly to figure out what's working and then just double down on it.
Let's just take that second step for a second, forging global connections. Instead of trying to send their founders out into the world, Lisbon did something brilliant. They brought the world to them by securing the Web Summit Conference. And the result? The number of meaningful global connections our founders made actually tripled, jumping to 3 times the global average. That's huge.
Amsterdam is doing something similar and super smart with their own big conference, the Next Web. They're using AI-powered matchmaking tools to make sure that founders get connected with the right investors. They're basically turning a conference into a high-powered deal-making machine.
And then you've got Toronto, which uses its massive Collision conference as a literal launchpad. They create these direct pathways for startups to go global through things like pitch competitions and these export cafes where founders can meet directly with trade officials from all over the world. It's all about engineering tangible outcomes, not just hoping for them.
Okay, and this brings us to a really crucial point the report makes about policy. See, most governments are chasing what's called a corporate and infrastructure AI policy. That's focused on helping big existing companies get more productive, which, often just means reducing headcount. But the report argues the real goldmine is in an entrepreneurial AI policy, one that focuses on creating and funding local AI startups, because those are the #1 engine of new job creation. It's a huge difference.
So what happens when a country truly embraces this new playbook and does it with incredible speed and vision? Well, the report gives us this absolutely stunning case study that really feels like a glimpse into the future of how this is all going to play out. Just look at this timeline for Uzbekistan. In just 4 years, its early-stage startup funding grew from basically nothing, $300,000, to nearly $70 million. That is a jaw-dropping 230-fold increase. It's proof that this kind of rapid, transformative change is actually possible.
And this wasn't some happy accident. This quote really gets to the heart of it. It wasn't just about the numbers, it was a deliberate, top-to-bottom strategic shift designed to completely reposition the entire country on the global innovation stage.
So, the crucial question is, how'd they do it? What were the actual moves they made? Well, they executed that playbook to perfection.
They created a national innovation hub, they sparked a tenfold increase in active VC funds, and, this is critical, they introduced a multi-year IT visa to attract the best global talent, making it dead simple for founders and their families to pack up and relocate.
So the big takeaway from all this, the message from the report, is crystal clear. The race is on. The rise of AI has created this pivotal moment, and it's forcing every single city and every country to completely rethink its strategy for growth and innovation.
And there's this one quote from the report that just hits you right between the eyes. The landscape is shifting right under our feet. This is no time for half measures or hesitation. The governments and the leaders who move now with bold policies and a global vision are the ones who are going to define the next decade of innovation. And those who wait, they risk being left completely in the dust.
Which leaves us with one final and pretty heavy question to think about. In this new world order, this great AI-powered reset, where does your city stand? That's the question every leader needs to be asking right now. Thanks for tuning in.